according to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. The state is opposing his application, and they're taking in consideration 2018 CR 10109A, and there's restitution to Chase Bank and Circle K under 2018 CR 10109A. All right, are there any witnesses from the state?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Defense.
Yes, Judge, but if I could just point out for the court, I think it's page 3, there's a error in the calculation of restitution. I think it's like 27,000 on page 3 and it's 2,700 on the last couple of pages. So I just wanted to bring that to the court's
All
attention.
right, thank you.
Wanted there to be an accurate number.
Oh, yeah, I don't believe Circle K has 27,000.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't think so. I just wanted to let the court know.
Thank you.
Judge, we would call Talisa Holmes.
Talisa Holmes. All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Lisa Holmes.
Could you tell the court what your relationship is to Mr. Perkins?
I'm his mother.
And Ms. Holmes, what do you do for a living?
I am military retired, Army retired, and so now I work a daiquiri shop.
And you're aware of what Malik is charged with, and you are aware of the decision that the court is facing today, which is whether to send him to prison or to put him on some kind of a probationary term. Okay. And what would you like to tell the court as to why Malik should receive probation instead of going to prison?
Sorry.
Okay, take your time.
Counsel.
Yes, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
You know, as a parent, your kids are your life. You do your best, you know, to make right decisions for them so that they can make correct decisions in their life. Not saying that they'll always make the correct decision, but I think that what the charges are, I think that was an impulse thing for him. He was in the wrong crowd, and he was young. He's still young, and I don't want his whole life to be in incarceration. He'll never get to understand how to adult in life, the responsibilities of being an adult and being somebody that can add to society is if he's in incarceration so early in life. He's not gotten in any trouble again. And I just, you know, I haven't been able to be in contact.
And Ms. Holmes, let me ask you, would he be living with you if he were granted probation?
He'd be living with me.
Right. And are you available and willing to support him in whatever conditions that the court may assess to his probation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then that would include him getting to a probation officer and reporting, getting some outpatient mental health treatment, something, anything like that. Are you willing to help him get where he needs to go and do what he needs to do?
Anything that the judge deems as would be helpful for him to stay out of walls where he can't. Yes.
And do you feel like you have sufficient control over him in a situation where, in other words, he would abide by your house rules and do what he needs to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there anything else that you wanted to let the court know?
Just, you know, I can only plead as a parent for behalf of my child for the court to do what's in his best interest. And that would be for him to be with his family. It'll help his morale. It'll help our morale. And, you know, he's got a young one also. He's got a baby that he hasn't met. So, you know, things like that help to redirect any negative behaviors from an individual. You can't say the same thing if we were to be apart for longer.
And at the time of this offense, when it occurred, he was 17, is that correct? And he's 21 now. And so he's gotten married and had a child in that time. Yes, ma'am. We'll pass the witness, Judge.
State,
May I, Your Honor?
yes.
Thank you. Ma'am, was your son living with you during this time of this offense back in 2018?
That specific time frame, no, sir.
He wasn't,
No, sir.
and he was only 17 years old?
Yes, sir.
Why was he not living with you?
Because just like any child, he wanted to live independently.
Okay, so independently, he went out and committed the robbery. Is that correct?
I think that, no.
And then when he, and are you aware that he went to Bell County, was arrested there for 3 different charges in 2022?
I have not been in contact, so no, I was not aware.
So you haven't been in contact with your son in 2022?
3 years.
How many?
Years, 3, 4 years.
So if he is given either deferred or probation, is he gonna live with you?
He's gonna live with me, yes, sir.
But you haven't been in contact with him for how many years?
3 years.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
We have nothing further.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
When you say that you haven't had contact with him for 3 years, is that you all have not talked on the phone? There have been no letters written. You haven't seen him for 3 years?
So I've been writing while he's been incarcerated here. I haven't gotten anything back.
But I mean, has he been incarcerated for 3 years?
I mean, Judge,
No, there has been a lag when he was charged with this offense, not in custody. And I believe there's a farm forfeiture on file, and then he was rearrested.
All right, so I'm trying to figure out, why have you not had any contact with him?
I don't think that, so I was going through my own military, issues and things, and I don't think that my son wanted me to be more involved in what he had to go through.
No, I'm not talking about the jail instance. I'm not talking about him being charged with this. I'm just talking in general. So is there a reason you haven't had any contact with him?
No,
All right, just a moment. So the line that's here, there's an inmate right there. So I'm sorry, but you all are going to have to wait because it makes it easier for the deputy. Yes.
yeah, I can't say for, 100% why, but we just haven't been in contact because I also had my own pending felony type of thing going on at the time.
All right, what pending felony type of thing?
So I had a hindering apprehension a long time ago, like 2019.
I'm sorry, had what?
2019, hindering
Apprehension? Okay. And where's his father?
Never was in the picture.
Okay, all right, thank you. Any other questions?
No, ma'am.
State, any other questions?
No, nothing.
All right, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Judge, we would call Antoinette Hollister.
All right.
Antoinette, do you want to? If you don't want to, it's okay.
All right, counsel, if you want to let me know what she would say, if there's no
Yes.
objection
So,
from the state.
Yes, so Antoinette is the younger sister of Mr. Boyer, and she actually cut short her vacation plans in California to come back and be supportive of her brother. She is also living in a home. He is a high school graduate. She's working. She would have testified that she would be supporting him along with mom, making sure he makes all his appointments and does whatever he needs to do, giving him the family support and assistance he needs. Not only in meeting his probation obligations, but with his new baby as well.
All right, thank you. All right, if you all will wait till we finish the hearing to approach, that would be greatly appreciated. All right, any other witnesses?
We'll call Mr. Boyer.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. You're going to need to speak up so the court reporter can hear. State your name for the record.
Malik Boyer.
And you need to keep it that loud, Malik, okay? So Malik, you understand that the judge is facing a decision as to whether to put you on probation or send you to prison. You understand that, right?
Correct.
Okay. And tell the court, if you would please, why you believe you deserve to be on probation.
Not that it's any excuse at all, but at the time of the crime, I was a 17-year-old knucklehead and drug addict. These past few years, I've grown to fix my bad habits, and I also haven't caught any new outstanding charges. I also don't have any prior outstanding criminal history. I just really need a second chance at life. I just had my first child, who will be 9 months this month, and I want an opportunity to be there for him and my fiance. So if you could find it in your heart to grant me probation, I can promise you 100% that you won't see me again. I just need an opportunity to prove myself.
And Malik, you had some mental health issues, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And when you and I were going over the PSI, I told you that the probation department, that if you were granted probation, they were recommending some outpatient treatment, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you telling this court that you'll be willing to completely commit yourself to whatever recommendations through the probation department or whatever conditions that the judge wants to assess? You're willing to do whatever it takes to complete this probation successfully?
Most definitely.
Okay, and can you tell the court why you haven't been in contact with your mom? Because the court was asking that question.
I didn't want to bring my mother into more of being in the way, especially if there was any possibility of her getting any criminal charges brought up against her to mess up further what I had already damaged between going on with my little sister and things like that.
And Malik, are you willing to abide by your mom's rules of the house? So whenever she says you have to be home, you have to be home?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you willing to go and get a job?
Of course.
What kind of job do you think you could get?
I already have 2 jobs lined up, actually. One is a lawn service and another is a forklift driver through the Christian ministries.
And how did you get those job opportunities?
I went to a prayer call and I was handed a slip, and another one is from one that I already had previously.
And have you received any medication or medical assistance while you've been incarcerated?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so you're not taking any medications, right? Okay. Do you feel you need any medications?
I've been prescribed and things like that, but I was self-medicating and things like that. So,
And so if the court grants you probation and you're given this opportunity and the NIC unit supervises you and they get you assessed and they say that you need to be on medication, are you going to take it like you're supposed to?
of course,
Okay. Are you going to self-medicate on the side or anything like that?
no.
Are those days behind you? Okay. We'll pass the witness.
State.
Mayor, thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you stated that, one, you were out on bond for this case, is that correct?
Right.
And then during that time, you went to Bell County and picked up 3 additional charges?
3 misdemeanors, you said.
Right, an evading,
3 misdemeanors.
yeah, an evading arrest detention, right?
Correct.
And then also a failure to ID,
Correct.
and then also possession of marijuana, right? Right. Okay. And you've been incarcerated since that time to this time.
Yes, sir.
And the co-defendant in this case, is that a friend of yours?
My acquaintance.
Acquaintance?
All right. Everyone, please whisper. And if you could please speak up.
Speaking of the mic.
And
Sorry,
He didn't get it.
he said it was acquaintance.
this individual was just an acquaintance of yours, meaning that you've only met him a few times and you just hung out with him?
Correct.
So you decided to go in to the Circle K and commit a robbery with him?
No, and actually, that whole day was, I only remember certain parts because I would black out occasionally.
Blackout, but you were blacking out because you're on Xanax, right?
Correct.
And you're also drinking and smoking, right?
Correct.
Okay. That's what you stated in this PSI.
Yes, sir. But I just wanted to also be known that I haven't done any of those drugs since I've been incarcerated the first time for those charges.
But you just got picked up in Bell County of 2022 in March for possession of marijuana. Is that right?
Correct.
And evading arrest and also failure to ID.
Correct.
So you just told the judge, since you got these charges, the initial robbery, you didn't smoke weed or anything like that?
No, sir.
You didn't have it in your possession.
I said I haven't been able to. The drugs that make you black out, weed doesn't make you black out. But I was smoking because I have anxiety, PTSD, bipolar depression. So I was self-medicating. That's what I said when I was self-medicating instead of taking a prescription because I'm prescribed.
Have you been to a doctor
Yes, sir.
and diagnosed with all this?
Yes,
When's the last time you went to a doctor?
I'm not sure.
Thank you. No further questions, John.
Malik, is there anything else that you would like to tell the court? This is your chance.
No, Mom, I just want you to know that, like I said, you will never see me again if you grant me probation, because I've changed, I've developed, and I definitely have a child that I don't want to be follow the same footsteps as me. I didn't have my father. It's not an excuse at all, but I don't want him to lean towards seeking out other attention from other people because there's not enough love, or if you feel that there's not enough love for you at the house to accept that. I promise you I've changed, John. That's all I
Right,
have
see,
to say.
these are epiphanies that people should have when they're in the free world. I guarantee you, I could be wrong, I don't think I am. I guarantee you that your attorney doesn't have criminal charges pending. And everybody else, the people at Chase, the people at Circle K, they're just trying to do their job. I don't know anybody who, well, there may be some people who 100% want to work the night shift at Circle K or something. Usually they don't. In my lifetime, I've had to work the graveyard shift. And the graveyard shift is one of the worst shifts unless you get your body prepared for it, because no matter how much sleep you get in the day, when 2 a.m. hits, your body is saying, why are we up working? We should be asleep. So the people who are working at Circle K, maybe they love that job, or maybe they're saying, you know what? I need money. I got bills to pay. This is the job that's available for me. I'm going to do it. Everybody in this world, even in this courtroom, everybody's doing their job. Maybe they expect that they should be retired. I thought I was going to be retired at 21. Here I am, 22 years old and still not retired, right? But, okay, why is that?
Let the record reflect it.
Yeah.
Coon slapped out loud.
Yeah. But it's people just trying to do their job. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to find him guilty. I'm going to sentence him to 5 years in the prison. I'll retain jurisdiction, give him credit for any time served, take in consideration 2018 CR 10109A. There's to be restitution to Chase Bank of $2,701. I didn't have in the PSI report a restitution for Circle K.
That's correct, Your Honor. I believe it's the bank is the portion
It's the only.
that covers that.
Okay.
Correct.
And you are severally liable with Ramon, RAY. I'll ask for the therapeutic community, whether or not you are available for it. I can't force them to place you in it, but if you request it, they may place you in it. If you don't request it, they will not replace you in it. Do you understand? Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Your attorney will explain what I meant when I said I will retain jurisdiction. The other thing, you are young. Sometimes people think things happen and it's the end of their life, the end of the world. It is not. You still can pick yourself up and do better. Everything that you told me, I listened to. Everything that your mom said and the proffer from your attorney that your sister said, I listened to. And I think every attorney will tell you that I do take in consideration some of the life choices that you may not be in control of when I sentence people. Because sometimes you get the parents you get. Your parents come with issues. Like right now, your child has a parent who's going to come with him with issues. And no children are allowed, at least I don't know of any children who are allowed to look down and say, well, I want these two parents. You just get the parents you get. But regardless of what happens in your life, at some point, you're responsible for your own actions. It's nobody's fault but your own. When people come to me and they say they're running with the wrong crowd, if that other person were in front of me, they'd say they're running with the wrong crowd, and I'll ask who it is and they'll say it's you. So Don't be a part of wrong crowds. You understand? All right, good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.